Today marks my 1 year anniversary. So my 2022 Model 3 Long Range is now 1 year old, and I wanted to share my 1 year experiences with it. Diving right in, starting on the exterior, I have very little body damage whatsoever as far as like rock chips and everything that I was fearing. I had a car wash the other day. It has since rained, but I went ahead and looked around, and yeah, I've really zero. And I believe I have somewhere around 18,000 miles in this 1 year of owning this vehicle. So it's definitely been driven. It hasn't just been sitting here. And like I said, I don't have any real paint defects. My only issue that I have is something I did coming around here somewhere in Missouri. Something hopped up and hit us really good. Did that in my rim. I've since got the rim fixed, but that's gonna have to wait until it gets a little warmer. And it goes the same for the interior. I do got the all-weather mats. We just finished winter here in Indiana, so that's why they're extremely disgusting. I'll have them fixed, obviously, when the wet season and everything ends. But again, don't mind the dirt. But yeah, as far as the seats, they held up really nicely. Yeah, no cracking or anything like that. Steering wheel, I've seen a lot of people with their steering wheel issues, and I also have no steering wheel issues. Yeah, everything works really well. No scratches or anything like that. No peeling, popping, cracking, whatever you can possibly come up with driving a vehicle as much as this one's been driven. Oh, the headrest. Yeah, seats look great still. Also, while ignoring the mess back there too, rear seats have held up well. We don't have a car seat in here right now, but this protector really does help against the car seat. When we did have a car seat in here, without this really thick padding, it would leave massive indents. You can kind of see it right here, but it was like a crater in the seats. So having one of these really helped, because these are just really plush seats. And that's good though. They're extremely comfortable front and back. So yeah, it's really about the back seats. And here I just wanted to prove the miles that are on my vehicle. 17,804 miles. So yeah, this thing's been driven in the past year, big time. I guess we can just go right into issues. I have had some issues over the year. Some that are not currently an issue. I had them fixed. Was charging port door broke. They had to replace the whole assembly. I guess it came broke from the factory. So that was fixed. Having that done, it took about 15-20 minutes. They came right to my house. So current problems. This pillar right here, this whole section right there is starting to rattle really bad while driving. So I got to get an order in for that. Major issue, this most embarrassing issue, is every time I roll down this window, it squeals so loud you can hear it across an entire parking lot. It is incredibly embarrassing for what this car costs, but let's see if it'll do it. This sound is absolutely horrible. Here's what it should sound like. A big issue that is not currently making a noise because it's not raining, but anytime it rains and I rotate the wheel, it makes a horrendous grinding noise. It's also incredibly loud. I don't care how loud you turn up the stereo. You can be outside the car. It's not just, you don't hear it inside. It's actually coming from the front suspension. So that also needs to be looked at. But they want you to make a service, and this is coming to this next point when buying one of these cars, is if you're not near a service center, just pass on this car. They don't have a lot of service centers, and my closest one's 2 hours away. So they want me to bring it to them. That's 2 hours there, 2 hours back, 2 hours there, and 2 hours back. And that's a lot of driving. It's not that they have it done in the same day, but say if you did that on a weekday or whatnot, because they're not open on the weekends like most shops, you are really going to pay for it. with driving. Like I said, that's a big beef. If you don't have a service center near you, don't buy this car. Do your research, because every car is going to have problems. You got to take it to a Tesla service center. Unfortunately, if you don't have one near you, you're going to be like me. They'll say they'll give you an Uber but do you really want to drive 4 hours with an Uber? I don't know. That's my big complaint. Another complaint, which again, this is just my complaint, but Tesla decides to spend a lot of their energy on fixing issues that aren't really issues and not fixing the issues. Since I bought this car, the automatic high beams have not worked. They're horrible. See the headlights, auto, fog lights, auto high beam, there we go. That stays off because it only comes on when a vehicle is coming at you. It should be the exact opposite. Every other vehicle, like the Jeep right there, even the Suzuki, really old Suzuki, which is right there, automatic high beams work completely fine. Get closer to a vehicle coming, high beams goes off, they pass, high beam comes back on. This Tesla, as soon as they get near, flashes them, they end up flashing me back. It's a horrible little game. You just keep it off. Rain sensing windshield wipers, also a problem. I keep it on auto just because they do work every now and then, but again, you start raining, it won't come on. Sometimes you got to sit there and just keep toggling this button, push it in once, and the windshield wipers come on. That's one way of doing it. I mean, unfortunately, that's something I have to do. Or then sometimes it's a light sprinkle and the windshield wipers are going so fast, they're sitting there screeching across the front windshield because there's not enough liquid there. That is a problem that they should fix and not worry about stupid stuff like auto. This is for the seat. Like, come on. It's just turn it on or turn it off. I mean, that's it. It was just high or off, or on or off. Now you can adjust this, set it to auto. Again, a bunch of stupid stuff that's not necessary. Fix the real problems and we'll get on with it. Oh, and I'm gonna crap talk it one more time. Phantom braking. This car still has horrible phantom braking problem. Again, none of my other vehicles have the problem. And I don't get it. I don't get it. These guys are supposed to be really good engineers. As I'm looking down there, I don't see a radar. So maybe they're just basing it off of the cameras and these sensors up front. I'm not sure. But I know a lot of vehicles have like a radar in the front, and actually they should add that because all those vehicles are spot on. I've never had a single problem with them. No locking up brakes, no collision warnings. This car, if you watch any of my other videos of traveling across the US in this vehicle, if not, head over to my YouTube channel and check those out. But you get out west, you be in the middle of the desert. I'm talking about there's not even a tree, and this car will lock up the brake, claim you're in a collision, and then all of a sudden just turn off and like nothing happened. It just drives on like normal. So yeah, if you're thinking about buying this car because, oh, it drives itself, it does not. That is a false statement. It does not. As far as the likes and loves, you know what? After 12 months, I'm still not used to the power of this thing. This thing just gets up and moves. There's never a moment where you think, oh, I can't go past somebody, because no, this thing takes off. So that is something I'm not used to. I love the comfort. I love how quiet the interior is, minus my new complaints. But once those are fixed, I'm sure to go back to being completely quiet again. This cargo tray, which should have came with the car, really great. Comes in handy, definitely. Another complaint is I still got to keep this in my car because this very expensive car doesn't have a garage door opener. They want you to, it's right here, they want you to buy a MyQ account, and I don't have that. Don't want that. So it is what it is. But yeah, you got tons of storage down there. Here's this little media thing I've shown several times before, and it's just as worthless now as it was when I bought it. You don't need it. that brings me to this thing right here. Also, don't use it. Haven't needed it once. I'm not going to put my wallet in my car and just leave it here. Nothing like that. Yeah, still a lot of storage though. I got all the windows tinted, including the front windshield, and again, love it. Worth every penny. And it's yeah, it's definitely worth every penny. Absolutely love the trunk space in this car. It's huge. And then obviously there's no gas tank, so you got all that storage too. But yeah, huge amounts of room. Like I said, got the rear window tinted, got the front windshield tinted. Here, I'll show you what that looks like. There you go. I went with 35% on the front, which is not incredibly dark, but trust me, when it was 100 and something degrees out west, you can actually put your hand on the dash and it was completely cool. So it actually worked out perfect, and you really can't tell it was tinted from the inside. Being 6 foot tall, I'm completely comfortable in this car, but if I was just a couple inches longer or higher, whatever you want to call that, yeah, I don't know. This probably wouldn't be a car for you. You might have to upgrade to the Model Y because the headroom is definitely limited. You have to kind of crouch yourself down in the seat, you know, pretty far, and that can get uncomfortable if you're driving this long distance. So that's just something also to think about before purchasing one of these. But yeah, other than that, I really haven't had any problems with it. Just little minor stuff, you know. I didn't have all these problems from the factory. Everything still on here is original. But all in all, I love the car. Yeah, if you got any questions, you can email me or put them down in the comment section. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all I really think of. So yeah, hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that like button. I do have a Tesla selection on my channel somewhere in one of those playlists. And thanks for watching.